something new with this camera holder thingy. Trying to figure out the best way to make this thing work. The problem that I find with a lot of these things, unfortunately, is that they just don't hold your phone well. I don't care how they're constructed. Either the little rubber pads don't hold well enough, or the arms themselves don't hold well enough, or they're not deep enough to where you could fit your phone in properly or something. But I'm finding that no matter what style of these things I use, my phone keeps popping out of them. And I'm like, why is that? I was thinking to try to fabricate my own little arms to kind of extend what's already there, to add extra support to keep this thing from falling out. It's falling out of this holder on at least 3 different occasions now, and I'm like, what the crap? We can't have this. I mean, and everything is new, so the little rubber padding hasn't worn out. That's usually a problem sometimes too. If it's made of like foam material, or not necessarily rubber, but like the little foam pads, the more times you slide your phone in and slide it out, those little things wear, and sometimes they start to roll up on you. But these are rubber pads, which you would think would be a little more secure, but they're not. And I think really the problem is that there's not enough depth in the holder to be able to push the phone all the way back so that the arms securely lock it in. So, with that in mind, I'm thinking to try to fabricate some extensions onto this little holder. Because, yeah, when I hit one too many bumps, or it just decides to give for whatever reason, and I'm making a video, I can't be dropping the phone every so often. Or if I'm, trying to follow GPS to get to a location and the thing hits the phone, I'm on the expressway, I can't be trying to search around the floor of this vehicle to find my phone. Yeah, that's never gonna work. So, trying to come up with some bright ideas to resolve this problem. Yeah, but I'll get it eventually. I will get it eventually. I have not, well, yes and no. I kind of played around a little bit with that editing app, trying to figure out some of the features on it. Yeah, I still don't have it. I was watching a YouTube tutorial on it the other day, and when people know what they're doing, they make it look so easy, and they say things like, oh, it's easy, or oh, it's simple, or oh, it's simple to you because you understand it and you know what you're doing. It's not simple and easy to everybody, and it seemed I don't even think I got halfway through that video before I cut it off, because it was so much information for something that's supposed to be so simple. It was a lot of information that this guy was giving, and although he was doing a good job, a lot of things were just going over my head, because I'm like, what? So you mean to tell me I gotta go and scout out some clips or whatever and save them for potential videos that I might want to add them to, yeah, that seems like a lot of work to me. I get what people mean about the whole editing thing can be a pain in the butt or just very, very time consuming. And kudos to you folks who have mastered this thing, who have gotten some kind of grasp on it, and you're able to really make your videos entertaining, interesting, and all of that, because it's some work, man. It's some work. I mean, and there are even higher levels of editing software and programs than this one that I'm starting in on. And people who know how to navigate through that stuff, yeah, I take my hat off to you. Because I don't think I'll ever get to that level. I don't even think I want to. That's well, I don't know. I'm not going to say that. When I'm doing this full time and I'm on the road and I have the time to invest, then possibly. But I'm not going to guarantee you that, because I'm all for simple. Let's make this thing easy. Let's make it quick. Let's not take a week to edit a video. Might be some stuff I want to share with you today, and I want to get it to you today, not 3 days later, not 5 days later, not 2 weeks later, but in the same time frame, same day, same week at least. Yeah, let me get some lights on because it's gonna get dark very quickly. Pulling up to my job right now. Yeah, so this editing thing seems like it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge, and I'm up for the challenge. I already have a video that I've recorded that I want to use as my practice video. And then there's another video that I made after that I also want to try to edit. I actually want to drop it now, but I want to see if I can try to edit it and make it a little better, because there are some things that I said in that video that I want to clarify. I want to make sure that you guys are understanding me and truly getting what I'm saying, and there's no misunderstandings, there's no confusion. Yeah, so we shall see. And oh, I didn't get that bird bath. I thought about it once I did drive back by blah, 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 da, 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 da. I did drive back through that area that night that I saw the bird bath, and it was still there. But what I noticed was, and if you guys noticed from the video, it was garbage day. It was garbage day in that particular area. Not on my street, but in that particular area, it was garbage day. And so that's what made me think that they were throwing it out, because everybody's garbage was at the curb. And this bird bath, although not exactly at the curb, it was in the front of their house leaning up against a tree in two pieces. It wasn't put together. And first off, these are townhomes that are all lined up together very closely. And I was looking at the space where they had the bird bath, and I noticed that there wasn't a lot of area where they, had a grassy area or concrete pad or whatever that they could put that bird bath on. So I'm assuming wherever they had it or were potentially planning on putting it, it wouldn't be in the front of the house. It would probably be in the back, which gave me more indication that this was something that they probably dragged from the back of their house and put out front because they were getting rid of it. But when I drove back through the second time that night on my way to work, and I saw it still sitting there, but all the garbage had been collected and the bird bath was still sitting there, I started thinking, okay, well, maybe they're not throwing it out. And I didn't want to just take it. I didn't want to be a thief if that wasn't their intention to throw it out. So I left it and I said, I'll come back in a couple of days, and if it's still sitting there, then I'll take it. Well, I drove back past there today just to see, and it's not there. So either somebody else took it, either they did throw it away, or either they put it in their backyard somewhere. I don't know, but it's not there. And so I'm like, okay, missed out on that opportunity if someone else got it. But at the same time, I wanted to do the right thing, and not take it if they actually were not putting it out. If it was still there when I went back today, I would have knocked on their door and asked them specifically if they were throwing it out. If not, then at least I knew, and I wouldn't have wrongfully taken their bird bath. But yeah, I didn't get the bird bath, and it's okay. I have tons of stuff that I need to get rid of already. I have probably 5 or 6 bird baths right now that I need to list and sell. No, I probably have more than that. Yeah, some are concrete, some are resin. But yeah, so anyway, didn't get the bird bath, and I'm okay with that. But like I said, if I happen to run across something sitting on the side of the road that I know I can either use or repurpose, refurbish, and sell, then that's what I'll do. I have no problems doing that. I need to stop doing that because my focus, the purpose here is to get rid of stuff. But if I know it's something that will definitely sell, then why not? That's extra money in my pocket. But yeah, I need to get out of that habit because, again, the goal is to get rid of stuff, not collect more stuff. And so while I'm on the road, I do intend to continue to sell because I have that. And see, I don't know. I'm changing my floor plan. But what I was originally thinking, because I have that storage area in the back of the bus, the storage bays underneath the bus are probably going to house my batteries and my electrical system and all of that. And then like seasonal stuff. But I do have that large storage area in the back of the bus. And what I was thinking was, as I'm traveling through different states, different little towns, as I go to their like little fairs or flea markets or whatever, if I find little unique pieces here and there, I could pick those up and store them in the bus and sell on the road. I can go set up at a flea market. I can go set up at one of these fairs and sell little items there. So That's what I was originally thinking to use, if not all, at least a portion of that storage space in the back of the bus is just to collect things while I'm on the road that I can sell at different places and bring in some extra income that way. But like I say, no big items, nothing heavy. I don't want to have a bunch of big heavy pieces taking up a lot of space and adding extra weight. But stuff that's small enough to fit in the back and not create clutter, but are unique enough and sellable enough that it's worth investing in them. So yeah, and I'll still be selling online. I will still have at least one storage unit, I think. And here I've again thinking about my plans, my strategies. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time talking tonight. I guess because I want to be home in my bed instead of sitting in this parking lot. Thinking about my strategy for my future and getting on the road. I think after, excuse me guys, I think even after the bus is all built out and I'm able to move into it full time, I think I'm gonna continue to work at least one more year after the bus is done. Just one more year, so that I can build up my finances that much more, because at least I won't have mortgage, rent, utilities, insurances, and all of that to deal with. I'll be living full-time in the bus, and my only financial obligations would be the upkeep of the bus, of course, the insurance, and the gas, the diesel, pretty much. But that's gonna take a huge load off of me financially, just getting rid of, having to pay for housing and the costs that are associated with it. Being able to be free of those obligations. So if I could save a year of my income, coupled with whatever I've already got saved, whatever I already have financially, plus the money from my sales, yeah, I just want to be in the best position I could be in. Yeah, before hitting the road. And I think I am going to drop that other video. I think I am going to go ahead and drop that other video. I mentioned my bus in that video. And one of the things that I wanted to do with the editing was explain, because I have a tendency, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I noticed it about myself watching the playbacks of my videos. There are things that I intend to say when I start a conversation or I start on a subject and I get sidetracked and I never get to that point. And so that's one of the things that I'm looking forward to with this editing, is that I could go back in and do a voiceover and explain where I was going with that, or what I was trying to say before I got sidetracked. Well, in this video that I made, I brought up my bus, and I talked about in the video the cost of a bus like mine, brand new. Those buses started about $250,000, and they go up. I've seen some as high as $750,000, but I think they're a little bit larger, but basically the same bus. And so I brought up that point not to brag about my bus. Of course, I didn't pay $250,000 for my bus. I would never give you that. But I brought it up to say that the maintenance cost on a vehicle like that are not cheap. And I also mentioned that for some people, their struggles in van life or bus life or RV life or whatever life or mode of transportation they've chosen to travel in or live in full time, it could only take one major maintenance cost to knock them out of the game, to where they're stranded, to where they're stuck, or they just can't, they don't have the financial means to overcome that obstacle. I don't want to be in that position. And knowing the type of vehicle that I have, if something, now my engine, I had my bus professionally inspected before I purchased it. I had, it cost me $500 to have the inspection done. And it cost me $500, one, because it wasn't a normal inspection. It wasn't the inspection that the state requires. It was more in-depth inspection, because I wanted to know everything that was wrong with the vehicle. I knew, because it was an older vehicle, even though the guy that I purchased it from was telling me, oh, it's great, and you're not going to have any problems. Let me tell you something about a lot of people. And you should already know this. People lie. People are liars. People are con artists. People they're up to no good. And I'm not saying that's everybody, but it's a lot of people. And for the most part, yeah, my bus was from the start in pretty good condition, considering her age and considering, her daily use and all of that. One of the things that I leaned towards in purchasing her was that she was part of a fleet of vehicles that this person owned and operated, and so she was getting regular use and she was getting regular maintenance, or so you would hope. So when the inspection report came back and the mechanic told me all the things that needed to be fixed on her, which was more than what this guy had explained to me or claimed, the condition of the bus, because I really felt like this was the bus that I had been looking for, that it was a perfect fit to my style, my taste, and what I wanted in a home on wheels. I invested the money to have the repairs done before I brought her home. So my engine, my trans, the turbo, and all of that are in tip-top condition. Those are huge. Those are huge. Everything else, even though costly, is just preliminary. It's secondary. But the engine, the trans, and the turbo, those three things right there can break you. Seriously. That's a lot of where your money goes when you purchase one of these vehicles, and why the price is so high. The engine alone, if I had to replace that engine, if ever I had a problem and the engine was a problem and needed to be replaced, the engine alone is going to cost me $25,000 to replace. Just the engine. I don't know how much the trans is going to cost. I'm thinking it's probably going to be pretty up there too. At least 10,000, 15,000. Yeah. So I brought up the bus to kind of hit home those factors that any kind of maintenance on these type of vehicles is not going to be cheap. And before you decide to purchase one or invest in one, you better be prepared for the cost. So, and I don't think I fully even understood some of the cost until I got that report back and saw what needed to be done, and the guy gave me his estimate on how much it was going to cost to fix. And so I was like, wow, and thank God that I had the means to do it. So, but I think about future maintenance. I want to have the bus go through regular maintenance checks. Getting the oil changed and, keeping things, sorry guys, keeping things abreast or staying ahead of the regular maintenance that the vehicle needs. And so it's not going to cost me $10,000 for a regular maintenance check, but it's not going to be $100. Let's just put it that way. It's not going to be cheap regardless. So I want to get myself in a position to where I can handle whatever financial obligations come, whatever financial headaches or surprises or whatever. I just don't want to be caught off guard, and I don't want to not be prepared for whatever may come. And I think for a lot of people, that's what causes them the most grief with pursuing these lifestyles, because they just don't think they just don't think anything is going to happen to them. They just don't prepare for what may happen. And they oftentimes find themselves in a pickle. And I understand. I don't like giving up my money either. I'm usually not a procrastinator, but I'm a procrastinator when it comes to paying bills. Because in all honesty, I don't like giving people my money. I don't like giving people my hard-earned money, and especially when it's in big sums. Yeah, I just don't. I just paid my utilities, I think last week. And I literally gave up $1,100 in bills and just paying lights, gas, phone, and whatnot. I'm like, are you serious? My gas bill was like almost $400 for 1 month. 1 month. My electric bill was, I think, even higher than my gas bill. I think. And I'm like, what the crap? And I know they had been talking for a while that your utility costs were going to go up. I didn't think they were going to go up that much. My In all honesty, my electric bill shouldn't be more than $50 a month. My gas bill probably the same, because I don't do that much cooking. When I cook in quantity so that it lasts, so that I have, leftovers for at least a week. I don't cook every day. And, well, it's an older house and there are some drafts, so probably a lot of that heat is going right back out. So just heating the house, yeah, I could see the gas bill being a little more than the electric bill, but I'm hardly home. How many lights am I burning, really? It's just me. So why is my electric bill so high? Just this whole system of highway robbery through these services is just crazy. But yeah, I dished out $1,100 last week on utilities. On So again, being able to get free of these things will put more money back in my pocket and help me build up a cushion for pursuing this lifestyle, being out on the road. So again, I think I'm gonna work a year. I had planned on, once the bus was done, y'all would have got my notice if I give you a notice. If I give you a notice, they would have got my notice and I would have been out of here within a week. But I thought about it and I'm like, okay, let's be wise, Sherry. Let's do whatever we need to do. We can handle another year. It's not like we're going to be here another 10 years or 20 years. We can handle another year. So let's use that year to build up and add to what we have at that point to give us that much more of a cushion and security before hitting the road. I think it's going to be, I don't want to say massive, but it's going to be a huge help. It's going to be a huge help, huge boost. So yeah, I think we're going to work another year after the bus is done and built out, just so we can save that year's income. Plus, like I said, what I make from my sales, I'm going to have to invest a little money back into this house because there are some things that need to be repaired, but that's nothing. That's nothing. So, yeah. That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. And even though I hate it, even though the very idea just makes me cringe, you do what you have to do in order to get to where you want to be. So that's the new plan. That's the new plan. So right now, like I said, I'm just focusing on getting rid of stuff. So I don't need to be picking up stuff on the side of the road. I really don't. But like I said, if I know that it is a definite seller, something that I've sold in the past and that has always historically been a good resource, then I'm grabbing it. I'm grabbing it, definitely. And that bird baths always sell. And it's concrete, yeah, they always sell. But, yeah, so that's where I'm at, guys. That's where my head is at right now, in my thinking and my plans. I don't know, for some of you guys who are pursuing this lifestyle, that are already in it or pursuing it, or some of you other content creators who have gone through transitioning from living full-time in a house a condo, a apartment, a townhome, or whatever, to traveling and or living full-time in a vehicle. Tell me a little bit about your processes. What was your planning? How did you plan for that transition? How long did it take you? And what were some of the things that you considered in the process? I know some of you guys are working remotely, so you have income coming that way. But as far as planning for any kind of emergencies, any kind of unexpected or surprise expenses, how did you guys set yourselves up to be successful in being able to overcome and finance those things that, yeah, may have been a in your journey? Yeah, if you guys would leave some comments in the comment section and just share a little bit of your story, some of your experiences, and what your thought process was or is, or pertaining to planning around emergencies, planning around savings, planning around income, and how you're able to sustain in this lifestyle, how you're able to I'm trying to think of the words. How you're able to be okay in the midst of emergencies or sudden large expenses that may need to go towards your vehicle for maintenance or repairs or whatever, Yeah. Please leave some comments. I would love to read them and get a perspective from your experiences. Anyway, guys, I have no idea what time it is because my phone is recording and I can't see the time while it's recording, and I don't have a clock in this truck, unfortunately, and I have no idea what time it is, so it's probably getting close to the time for me to go in. So I'm going to cut this video short, if you will. It's almost 40 minutes long. So I'm going to say goodnight to you guys. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, your evening, your morning, your afternoon, wherever you are. And I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share it. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And encourage others to do the same. And I will see you guys in the next video. We're going to figure out this little phone holder thing eventually, and hopefully it'll stay in place. I just don't like that it's so close to my face. All right, guys, have a good night. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.